just as you get ready for them for a series in terms of. I think early on, they were missing some guys too. So I don't know if you've seen anything different about them. Nemhart's back, Neesmith's been back, that type of thing.
I haven't thought about any of that or what guys they were missing. They still have the same identity regardless. I mean, unless Halliburton isn't playing. Otherwise, they're the same team, and I just think their pace, the pace in which they play, we match that. I think we'll be okay.
Halliburton is obviously such a great player. When you think about trying to match up against him defensively, what are you trying to accomplish?
Really, they have a lot of great players. The way they play in general makes the team great. I don't think specifically just the way Halliburton plays is the reason in totality why they're as good as they are. They have a lot of good players in the front court and back court. So it's a collective thing. It's not just about stopping Halliburton, but more so maintaining them, slowing them down as a whole, and getting them to do what we want them to do as often as possible in 48 minutes.
Halliburton's kind of a unique passer. Like, throw those swim passes,
Mhm.
passes. Is that a difficult thing to prepare for or kind of get used to when you run in a series against him?
I don't remember any of those against us. Like all the flashy stuff. No, not really. Like I said, he's the head of the snake, obviously, but they're a very good team. Siakam, Miles Turner, Nembhard, I think is how you pronounce his name, and Naismith, he's shooting the hell out the ball. So collectively is the reason why they're as good as they are.
In the regular season, the 8 straight wins, is there something to be said for a carryover effect from that momentum going into the playoffs, or is it just a whole new layoff and stuff and kind of a whole new situation once you get to the postseason?
I think winning in general is great for the soul, for the organization, for individuals. So having that good momentum and good vibrations going into playoffs, week break, 2-day break, it doesn't really matter. Still got a win on your mind as far as your last game, and I think that gives, like I said, just good mojo going into the playoffs.
Is there, in terms of protecting the ball offensively, getting back in transition defensively, is that more of a mental part of the game in terms of just being locked in every possession and understanding getting back, as opposed to physical or instinctual, especially if, you know what I mean? Like, is that one of those things where it has to be top of mind, like, particularly against a team like this?
Yeah, for sure. You want to win, it will be. I think that, it will be the case for all our guys. The attention to detail and transition. And then not even just now, especially now, but just in general, taking care of the ball from an individual standpoint. Like that's just pride, you know what I mean? Making the right decision and having a certain level of IQ about yourself. And obviously none of us are trying to purposely turn it over, but the least we can, the better.
I don't know if you've noticed, a couple times this year you've mentioned with stuff you've dealt with, adversity in your life and things like that, when you deal with challenges in a game, you can't even compare.
Right.
You mentioned that for the Vegas Cup a couple of games ago. I wonder if that kind of mentality developed over time for you, or if you had that once you started in the league, because you played for a couple of years.
No, just life. Like I said, I think that's where I developed it, just growing up, how, where, through what I grew up going through. I think that's what's kind of prepared me for whatever I was going to do in life. It just happened to be basketball, so I just apply those same principles to when it comes to hooping.
So what does that mean to you then? Does that mean keeping a cool head, or being stable, or always having perspective, or love for the game? Like, what does that mean? This could be an emotional series. Maybe you won't be baited or trapped into any kind of overreaction. What does that mean to you to keep all that perspective of what you had as a young person, now as a pro?
Like you said, staying level-headed, not getting too high, not too low, and just knowing that this is a imperfect game that we're trying to perfect every single night. Going into it, I know mistakes will be made, so not anything to get overwhelmed about. Just kind of stay even keel and put yourself in the best position to be on the upside when the game ends.
With a veteran team like this, do you consider yourself a leader then, with that kind of mentality?
In life in general, I feel like I'm a leader. It has nothing to do with basketball. It's just my personality.
You good?
Yeah, sorry.
With Giannis over the last 11 games or whatever, you guys have kind of Doggett said in this week you guys wanted to work on some new spacing things to make sure that kind of perfecting that. What is that kind of been like this week? Yeah, I can't imagine it's all that different than stuff you're doing, but maybe kind of trying to like fine tune.
Yeah, it is a lot of differences, honestly. I think it's going to help us come playoff time. It's a lot of things that we're not necessarily not used to, but things that we can kind of piggyback off on based on our structure of what we already do. So I think it's going to give us a good chance to continue to be more versatile, continue to put Giannis in positions to be successful with scoring and passing the ball, and obviously that benefits us to put towards winning. So we just got to be ready. We got to lock in on defense. That's number one, and I feel like the offense will take care of itself.
Why do you think Giannis is able to find you guys so easily? He seems to be so natural at passing that this wasn't always part of his game.
I don't know. They're double teaming him, so it's honestly, I don't want to give you just like a political answer. So like, I mean, when the double team comes, it's pretty much just knowing where his options are. I think that comes from. I mean, I think he's always had the ability to pass, but just like I said, just knowing where his outlets are going to be. So that's where y'all see the blind throws and all that stuff. Like, we work on all that. So he expects us to be there. We expect to be there. We expect to get those outlets from him. So it's just about being in the right place, right time, knowing what the defense is doing and reacting off of that.
Can I bother you for one more personal question?
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, we just cover the NCAA, and we always talk to those kids about what it means to the families to go to the tournament, stuff like that. But we never ask the NBA players. And I heard you're a family guy, I know that. What does this mean to is it anything special for your family and those who support you to follow you and will they go to games or anything like that?
Yeah, not the first two. My family never goes to the first two away. So just trying to stay locked in and get those first two out the way. And then when we come back home, that's when we'll kind of see what's what based on the series. But yeah, family and friends will be watching all around the world. So I'm definitely appreciative and happy about that.
So you stay focused for the first two? Am I reading that right? Like you just
Well, I stay focused for the entire series, not just the first two. But as far as family traveling with me, no, that's a no-go.